Ever dropped 30 grand on a car only for it to cough, wheeze, and give up before it even hits 40,000 miles? Yeah, some vehicles are built to last. These, not so much. Today, we're breaking down 12 cars that fall apart way too soon. Whether it's engine failure, transmission meltdowns, or electrical gremlins, these models have built a reputation for frustration. And the worst part? Some of them come from brands you'd expect to be reliable. We combed through owner complaints, recall data, expert reviews, and industry reports to bring you a list of cars that just can't seem to go the distance. So before you sign the dotted line, stick around. You might just dodge a four-wheel disaster. If you're into smart car buying, reliability breakdowns, and brutal honesty, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. We've got more truth bombs on the way. Alright, let's kick things off with a model that's supposed to be tough, dependable, and built for anything. But instead, it's breaking down way too soon. The Chevy Silverado used to be the poster child for all-American toughness. But lately, it's been more heartache than horsepower. At the center of the chaos is GM's cylinder deactivation tech, designed to save fuel by shutting off half the engine's cylinders. Great in theory. In reality, it's a mechanical horror show. Owners have reported lifters collapsing, loud ticking, engine knocking, and in worst-case scenarios, full engine shutdowns. These aren't isolated incidents. We're talking lawsuits, blown engines, and repair bills that can climb well past $4 grand, even if you're under warranty. And if you thought that was bad, the 10-speed automatic transmission hasn't helped, with drivers reporting rough shifting and random jerks that make a daily drive feel more like a mechanical rodeo. And it's not just the Silverado. This same setup is found in the GMC Sierra, Tahoe, Yukon, and Escalade, all sharing the same unreliable DNA. For a truck marketed as a dependable workhorse, the Silverado's long-term track record is rough. Sure, it still looks the part. But when your engine gives out before 40,000 miles, you'll be questioning if it's even built to work at all. Number 11. Chrysler Pacifica hybrid minivans are supposed to be the dependable ride you pack full of kids, snacks, and dreams of peaceful road trips. The Chrysler Pacifica hybrid? Not so much. This plug-in was pitched as the future of family transport. Green, sleek, and loaded with features. But for many owners, it's been a mechanical roller coaster. The hybrid system? Wildly unpredictable. We're talking random power shutdowns mid-drive, endless electrical gremlins, and yes, actual fire risks. Multiple recalls have already been issued over battery defects and hybrid system failures, but the problems don't stop there. Even Chrysler's own techs have trouble fixing them. Diagnosis? Confusing. Parts? Delayed. Result? You could be staring at your minivan parked in a service bay for weeks, if not months. Consumer Reports ranked it as the least reliable vehicle on the road, and it's easy to see why. It doesn't just break, it breaks badly, and often. The Pacifica Hybrid might look like a smart choice on paper, but in reality, it's an anxiety machine. If you're banking on smooth, worry-free family trips, this minivan is more likely to leave you stranded on the shoulder, wondering what went wrong. Alright, enough about soccer practice nightmares. Let's head off-road. Or at least try to. This next SUV talks tough but breaks even tougher. Number 10. Ford Bronco Sport. The Ford Bronco Sport looks like it's ready to scale mountains and blast through muddy trails. But under that rugged exterior is an engine that's, well, kind of a liability. The trouble starts with its tiny 1.5-liter EcoBoost 3-cylinder engine. Sure, it's fuel efficient, but it's also infamous for cracking fuel injectors, which can leak gasoline and pose a real fire risk. That's not just a check engine light, it's a potential bonfire under your hood. Ford already had to recall thousands of these engines, and that's just the beginning. Owners also report turbo failures, overheating, and head gasket issues, all before the odometer hits 40,000. Some have had entire engines replaced under warranty, others, not so lucky. Add in rough shifting and random powertrain glitches, and the Bronco Sport starts to feel less like an off-road adventurer and more like a high-stress gamble. It ranks well below average in reliability, and unfortunately, Ford's built-tough branding doesn't hold up here. This SUV may look ready for the wild, but if you're not into surprise engine fires and frequent dealership visits, you might want to leave this one parked. Number 9. GMC Sierra. The GMC Sierra shares a lot with the Chevrolet Silverado. Unfortunately, that includes the problems. Under the hood, you'll find GM's 5.3L or 6.2L V8 with cylinder deactivation tech, meant to boost fuel economy by shutting off cylinders when you don't need them. Sounds smart, right? Except when those lifters collapse, you're left with engine knocking, ticking, and eventually a truck that won't start. Some owners have had to replace entire engines before even hitting 40,000 miles. Add in the 10-speed automatic transmission, which struggles with rough shifts and shuddering, and this full-size truck starts to feel like a full-time headache. And let's not forget, that's not a great look for a truck that's supposed to tow, haul, and last for years. The Sierra might look like a reliable workhorse on the outside, but if you dig into the maintenance history and complaints, it's more like a thoroughbred with a limp. Unless you're planning on spending a lot of time at your local dealership, the Sierra might be one to steer clear of. Time to swap steel for suede, because luxury doesn't always mean reliable. And this next SUV is proof that a premium badge can hide some pretty painful problems. Number 8. Infiniti QX50. Luxury SUVs are supposed to offer peace of mind, smooth rides, and a little treat-yourself flair. But the Infiniti QX50? It's more premium regret than premium performance. At first glance, it checks all the boxes: sleek design, upscale interior, and the Infiniti badge. But under that polished hood, a whole lot of problems. The QX50 packs the same variable compression engine and CVT transmission found in the Nissan Rogue, meaning it inherits the same reliability nightmares. We're talking engine stalling, rough shifting, and transmission failures. And since it's branded as a luxury vehicle, the cost to fix those issues? Way higher than you'd expect. Consumer Reports and J.D. Power have both rated the QX50 below average in reliability, and for good reason. Owners report frequent electrical glitches, inconsistent performance, and costly downtime at the dealership. In short, you're paying for a luxury experience and getting economy-level durability. It may shine on the showroom floor, but the QX50's real legacy is more about premium price tags and budget-grade breakdowns. Unless you're cool with spending luxury money on CVT headaches, this is one SUV best admired from a distance. Let's talk about the Jaguar that keeps letting people down. Number 7. Jaguar F-Pace. The Jaguar F-Pace looks like it belongs in a Bond movie, sleek, powerful, and loaded with luxury. But in real life, it's less licensed to thrill and more licensed to break down. This SUV has all the fancy features, high-end materials, sharp performance, prestige, but it also has a long track record of mechanical mayhem. Owners regularly report electrical failures, coolant and oil leaks, transmission issues, and more dashboard warnings than a fighter jet. And when something goes wrong, you're not just paying for repairs, you're paying for Jaguar repairs. Luxury parts, specialized labor, and long wait times mean this thing is a money pit on 4 wheels. J.D. Power and Consumer Reports both give the F-Pace a thumbs down for reliability, and for good reason. Even routine fixes can get expensive fast, and the problems just keep stacking. It's a shame, because the F-Pace feels like a dream car. But behind that elegant badge is an SUV that just can't seem to keep it together. Unless you've got a second vehicle and a second income to match, you might want to admire this one from afar. Number 6. Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. Jeep built its legacy on conquering the impossible, rugged terrain, harsh weather, you name it. But the Grand Cherokee 4xe, this plug-in hybrid is struggling to conquer its own engineering. Marketed as the best of both worlds, off-road muscle with electric efficiency, the 4xe quickly gained attention. But under that glossy pitch is a truckload of issues. The hybrid battery system has been the subject of multiple recalls, with some models randomly shutting down mid-drive. In worse cases, fire risks tied to the battery have led to major safety concerns. Cold weather? Forget it. The hybrid efficiency takes a nosedive when temps drop, leaving you with less range and more frustration. Owners also report electrical malfunctions, drivetrain glitches, and confusing warning lights, while Chrysler techs often look just as puzzled. This isn't just about a few bugs, it's a pattern, one that's left Jeep fans scratching their heads and asking, what happened to trail-rated reliability? The Grand Cherokee 4xe might look ready for the wild, But if your adventure involves making it past 40,000 miles without a major repair, this might not be your best trail buddy. And if you thought that was bad, just wait. Because next up is the gold standard of glam that also happens to be the king of breakdowns. Number 5. Land Rover Range Rover. Ah yes, the Range Rover, the crown jewel of luxury SUVs. Driven by celebrities, royalty, and apparently tow truck drivers too. On the outside, it's all elegance and capability, air suspension, cutting-edge tech, plush everything. But under that posh exterior, a whole mess of mechanical chaos. Range Rovers are notorious for electrical glitches, engine failures, air suspension collapses, and transmission tantrums, sometimes all at once. A UK warranty study once named it one of the most unreliable vehicles on the road, with average repair costs pushing $2,000 per fix. And the fun doesn't stop there. These issues often pile up fast, especially once you're out of warranty, turning your dream car into a very expensive hobby. Even the most loyal fans will admit, when everything's working, it's amazing. The problem is, it almost never is. If you're not a fan of surprise breakdowns, glowing dashboards, or bank account CPR, the Range Rover might be more stress than style. Sure, it'll look good in your driveway, just hope it doesn't stay parked there because it won't start. Number 4. Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue might be one of the most common SUVs on the road, but common doesn't mean reliable. In fact, this popular family hauler has a dark side that's left thousands of owners stranded, broke, or both. At the heart of the Rogue's trouble is its 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with variable compression tech, a fancy innovation that, in practice, tends to fail early and spectacularly. We're talking internal bearing damage, engine knocking, and in many cases, total engine failure before you even hit 40,000 miles. If that wasn't enough, there's the transmission. Nissan's infamous Jaguar CVT is known for premature failure and it can't be rebuilt, meaning you'll need a full replacement. Expect a repair bill that hurts more than the car payment. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration even launched an investigation into widespread engine issues, signaling just how serious things have gotten. With high failure rates, expensive fixes, and no real signs of improvement, the Rogue might be dependable in name only. If you're looking for long-term peace of mind, you'd be better off leasing this one short-term and saying goodbye before things get ugly. Next up, a compact SUV that says German precision, until you realize it was precision built to disappoint. Number 3. Volkswagen Taos. On paper, the Volkswagen Taos seems like a smart pick, compact, affordable, and just enough German engineering to feel premium. But don't let the badge fool you. This one's hiding more issues than a reality show reunion. Under the hood, the Taos packs a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine that's been anything but consistent. Owners have reported everything from fuel system failures to random stalling, and in some cases full engine shutdowns before even hitting 30,000 miles. One survey even found that over 20% of Taos drivers ran into serious engine issues within their first year. And if you're eyeing the all-wheel drive version, it comes with a dual-clutch transmission, which sounds sporty until it starts shifting like it's having a nervous breakdown. Jerky, glitchy, and prone to expensive failures, it turns every commute into a coin toss. Then there are the electrical gremlins, random warning lights, infotainment freezes, you name it. Once the warranty's up, repairs can get steep fast, especially with VW's high part and service costs. The Taos might have the look of a savvy city SUV, but when it comes to long-term dependability, it's more panic than precision. And now back to Jeep, because one hybrid nightmare just wasn't enough. This one's got all the right intentions and all the wrong execution. Number 2. Jeep Wrangler 4xe. The Wrangler 4xe is Jeep's attempt to go green without giving up grit, an off-roader with a plug. But instead of revolutionizing the trail, it's become one of the most unpredictable vehicles on the road. Let's start with the hybrid system. It sounds cool in theory, electric torque for off-roading and better fuel economy around town. But in practice, battery failures, engine shutdowns, and random power loss have made many owners feel like they're test driving a prototype. Cold weather only makes things worse. Owners report drastically reduced hybrid efficiency, sluggish performance, and battery drain issues. And when something goes wrong, good luck. Even dealership techs have trouble figuring it out. The 4xe has already faced multiple recalls, some linked to fire hazards, others to drivetrain malfunctions. According to surveys, nearly 1 in 3 Jeep hybrid owners face major issues within the first year. For a vehicle marketed as a go-anywhere beast, the 4xe seems to specialize in going nowhere fast, especially when it's stuck at the service center. If your idea of adventure includes regular visits to the dealership and surprise electrical drama, then the Wrangler 4xe might just be your perfect match. And finally, we're topping this list with a luxury beast that looks like royalty, but acts like a drama queen with engine trouble. Number 1. Cadillac Escalade. The Cadillac Escalade is supposed to scream luxury power and status, but if you buy one thinking it'll last for years, you might want to keep a mechanic on speed dial. Despite its 6-figure swagger, the Escalade suffers from the same engine and transmission nightmares as its less glamorous GM siblings, the Silverado, Sierra, and Yukon. At the center of it all, GM's notorious cylinder deactivation tech, designed to improve fuel economy by shutting down half the engine's cylinders under light loads. Nice idea, except it tends to destroy the engine. We're talking collapsed lifters, ticking sounds, and full-on engine shutdowns before 40,000 miles. And that 10-speed automatic transmission? The real kicker? These issues are widespread enough to fuel multiple class action lawsuits. Not exactly what you expect from a flagship luxury SUV. Sure, the Escalade looks like success, but under the hood, it's hiding some seriously expensive flaws. If you're spending this kind of money, you should get more than flashy headlights and a smooth ride. You should get peace of mind. And right now, that's one thing the Escalade just can't deliver. And there you have it. 12 cars that might look great in the showroom but can barely make it to 40,000 miles without throwing a tantrum. Sure, some of these models offer luxury tech or off-road chops, but under all that shine, they're hiding major mechanical skeletons. Whether it's blown engines, glitchy electronics, or transmissions that just give up on life, these vehicles have proven that reliability isn't always part of the package. So if you're shopping for a new ride, do the homework, read the complaints, and don't get blinded by a badge. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and give it a like. Until next time, stay smart, drive safe, and don't let a lemon ruin your life.